James Rodriguez had the world at his feet 9 years ago. He had just carried Colombia to the quarterfinals at the 2014 World Cup, recording 6 goals and 2 assists in 5 games. His golazo against Uruguay was so good it won the Puskás Award for the best goal of the year. Right after the World Cup and his 23rd birthday, James got his dream move to Real Madrid. The club paid $90 million for him and gave him an iconic number 10 shirt. Things couldn't have gone better for him. Unfortunately, it was the peak of his career. Fast forward to today, James now plays for Olympiacos. So, what happened? In 2006, James Rodriguez became the second youngest Colombian player to play in a professional game, entering the field for Colombian club Envigado at just 14 years of age. After impressing everyone with a spell in Argentina, James got his European move in 2010 with Portuguese giants, Porto signing him for $5.1 million. With his impressive performances with Porto, he started receiving call-ups from the national team and was labeled as the golden boy of Colombian football. In 2013, James and fellow Colombian Radamel Falcao moved together to Monaco, where he started to make serious headlines. James put up an impressive record at Monaco in the 2013-2014 season, marking 10 goals and 14 assists in 38 games. He was also the star of the 2014 World Cup qualifying campaign, which saw Colombia qualify for their first World Cup in 16 years. With Falcao's injury, James was expected to be Colombia's new leader at the World Cup, and he completely exceeded those expectations signing with Real Madrid. Unfortunately, after experiencing the highest of highs, the downfall was very quickly coming for James. James thrived under Carlo Ancelotti in his first season at Madrid. Unfortunately, the Italian manager was fired in the summer of 2015, and incoming manager Rafa Benitez didn't fancy James as a player. It didn't help that James suffered an injury in the beginning of the season, which took him out of the new manager's plans. Benitez was eventually fired in the middle of the season, and Zinedine Zidane came in, which looked like a fresh start for James. However, the pragmatic Frenchman preferred a midfield trio of Casemiro, Luka Modric, and Toni Kroos, which sent James to the bench. In the summer of 2017, James moved to Bayern Munich on loan to reunite with Ancelotti. Despite Ancelotti being fired again, James performed well in his debut season and recorded 8 goals and 14 assists. Unfortunately, injuries started piling up just when he was getting back to his best, and things got worse when he played through injuries in the 2018 World Cup. After another unproductive year returning to Madrid under Zidane, James made the bold move to sign for Everton in 2020. He wanted to reunite with Ancelotti, the manager who had gotten the best out of him so far, and he started the season brilliantly in England. But once again, injuries started taking a toll, and his impact dropped off as the season progressed. With Ancelotti leaving in 2021 and his old foe Benitez coming in, James was ready to depart Everton and continue his career elsewhere. To everyone's surprise, James left Europe at 30 and signed for Qatari club Al Rayyan after being offered a mouth-watering salary. But just like everywhere he's gone in the past few years, it hasn't worked out. 2022 wasn't kind to James. Not only did he fail to qualify for the World Cup, but his time throughout his stay in Qatar was disastrous. He was publicly criticized by former Al Rayyan player Ahmed Al Shafi, who called him the biggest joke in club history. A video also went viral where Al Rayyan fans verbally abused James outside of the stadium and told him to stay at the hospital due to his continuous injury problems. Fortunately, the transfer window in Greece stayed open until September 15th, which meant James was able to leave an unpleasant environment in Qatar to sign for Olympiacos, where he and his former teammate Marcelo will play in the Europa League. Still only 31, it is not too late for James Rodriguez to turn his career around and get back to his best. A move to Olympiacos offers him one last chance to make an impact at a European club, and if James can stay injury-free, there is no doubt he can show his quality on the field again. Though James's career has been a bit of a disappointment, it's not over yet. Although he has wasted most of his prime years, he still has an opportunity to finish his career on a high note. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.